Alright, boys. We're going to do not really a breakdown on my strategy because you already have that, but I guess I'll go over some trades that I took this week, and then I'm going to teach y'all a new strategy. So it's going to be quite hard. You just got to pay attention. First, you know how it goes. Gotta rip the vapors. You know how it is. My face looks lopsided because the fucking camera's like flipped the other way. Nah. Let's peek this trade that I'm in right now, though. Obviously, market open had a big. Where's 9:30? Yeah, 9:30 had a big drop, but I knew it was gonna retrace back up. But just look at the 4 hour. Really, I mean, obviously you see it's made highs, lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Left shoulder, right shoulder, head. Probably should break that bitch. So we gonna see some shit. Daily, obviously the daily has to close bullish. So. Did it travel up that high? Nah, it didn't. Where the fuck? Okay, so it's right there. But, I mean, the daily's probably going to close around this area, and then another daily's going to spawn. But, like, the weekly, on the other hand, like, the weekly has to go up. So, I mean, it's only up a barrel a little bit, But, yeah, that's the trade that I'm in right now. But the strategy that I'm going to be teaching y'all is a breakout strategy. Now you only take these at 9:30, I guess 8:30, if you live in Texas. If you live anywhere else outside of Texas, I think from here to like Cali, it's gonna be like 2 hours before. But for us, it's only an hour before. So I mean, yeah, hour before. So say it's 9:30 in New York, it's gonna be 8:30 for us. So you'll be trading at 8:30 in the morning every day. So let's go ahead and do this one. So how it's going to work is you'll start on the 15-minute candle. I mean the 50-minute chart. And then you also start on the 9 o'clock candle. So you see how it says 9 o'clock at the very bottom? It says Wednesday 23rd, July 25th, 9 o'clock. So boom. Date doesn't really matter. But the time does. So what you're going to do is you're going to set it up on the 9 o'clock candle. Okay? So and then what you're going to do after is place a resistance and then a support. Okay? So boom, for our resistance, I'm going to go on the top of these candles right here. Mainly this wick and this candle, but one thing too, your resistance line cannot be touching your 9 o'clock candle. So you see how this 9 o'clock wick, it's not touching the candle. I mean, this 9 o'clock candle is not touching this new setup right here. So that's our resistance line. Now we're going to place a support line. Usually I would place my support, maybe down here as a clear support, but that's not how it works with this strategy. How it works is you're going to place it on the nearest support, so which is usually right next to the 9 a.m. candle. So 9 a.m. candle is just going to be that wick. Not the 9 a.m. candle wick, the 8:45 candle wick. So, boom, we got resistance and support, and it's kind of matched. It looks just as far if it goes up and just as far if it goes down. So, that's good. Now, after you set it up, you will not take a trade. Repeat. You will not take a fucking trade if it's not 9:30. So, say it breaks out. What time is it? So, say it breaks out at 9:15. Wait for it to break back out at 9. Oh, wait, no. Wait for it to break back inside your box and close. So you see how it broke out at 9:20, and then 9:30 it closed back inside our box. Now you're like, Carter, why didn't you sell? Because you're not gonna fucking sell if it hasn't closed back inside our box. So boom, it broke outside our box, and then broke back inside. You see, it broke back inside and closed. Now if it breaks back out, then you can get in. So boom, I would have gotten in this 940 candle, it broke out. So boom, I would have gotten in as soon as it starts pushing out. Stop loss is going to be around 350. So 3.5. And then your TP is just going to be a 1 to 3. So boom, you got a fat ass dub for the day. Now most people are gonna shoot for 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, 1-to-5s, 1-to-6. Like no, shoot for 1-to-3, unless it keeps on pushing. And my trade is spiking right now. Let's see. Let's peek out my trade real quick that I'm in right now. Oh, that's what we like to see. Oh, I'm up big right now. I'm up big right now. Hold up. Yeah, I seen it firsthand. That's my other strategy. I teach y'all that shit on the low. Hey. What came out just now? No news came out. There's just a big ass candle. Oh my. Now, so boom. So TP hit, which is really good. So what y'all can do too, well, as soon as it hits like a 1.5, put your stop losses at break even. So that way, if it retraces back up before it hits a 1-to-3, then just take it out. I mean, it'll just stop you at break even. That way, like you don't lose any money. You feel me? So boom, mark it out at every morning. As soon as it starts spiking down, mark it out at a 1.5, like with another line. So that way you know as soon as it hits that area, you're gonna move your stop losses down to break even. So look, 1-to-3 is right here, and then boom, break even type shit. You feel me? So boom, it broke back inside our box, and then the next candle broke out. So like you won't take the trade as soon as it's breaking out. Like no, like you'll take it as it's pushing. So boom, it pushed out, we got in, and then boom, the rest is history. We won. And now you're like, cannot take more than one trade if you want to. Like only if you want to. And that has to be another break back inside your box. It has to break back inside, close, and then break back out or above. So I could have taken this buy, but why didn't I? Because it did not close back inside my box. As you see, it closed up and then kept on going, and I'm up a lot of fucking money right now. Holy shit. Probably up like $700-800 right now. That's actually crazy. Not like the money part, I'm talking about the trade. Fuck the money. Let's fucking go, bro. Now, like, when I have added any position, let's see. High, higher, low. Higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. So, yes, I would have ended up adding another position. Just because my other higher low is not at break even, so that's good. So, boom, your boy would have gotten in. I'm not adding another position right now just because I'm already in 3 positions. I got in right here, this position, and then I added one down here. So I'm making like around $1,000 or $1,500. So let's go though. Big ass fucking trade. But alright, back to the strategy I'm teaching y'all. So most of the time it's just gonna be a one and done trade. That way y'all's win rate stays high and everything. But pay attention how I set these up every day. So boom, let's go back to yesterday's trade that I took as well. So boom, dub. So that would have been, say you risked 250, that would have been 250, 500. That would be $750 you would have got. And let's see how you see in minutes. Probably 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. At the max, 15 minutes. But for sure, 20 minutes, bro. Wait, no, at the max, 20. I could probably got out in like 15 minutes, which is really good trade. So boom. Dude, this candle's spiking right now, cuz. Damn. Alright, so let's do yesterday's trade so y'all can see that real quick. So, right here. 9 o'clock is on this candle. So, how I would place support is on the bottom. You see 9 o'clock? Boom. Place support on the bottom of these. So, boom. And then you see, what is it? 9 o'clock. Boom. 9 o'clock candles right there. And then now just find a resistance, because there's no resistances that will touch the... If you zoom in, if you place the resistance on the candle right next to it, it's going to be touching your 9 a.m. candle, which I said is not allowed. So boom, it's going to be probably on the top of this wick right there, which is a good resistance. Is it too close? Not really. But say I put it up here, it's just going to be too far. So yeah, we'll put it right back where it was, just on the very next candle. So boom, 9. Alright, bet. So boom, we go back to that trade. So where's 9? Okay, so 9:25, 9:30. So boom, took in the sell around here. Stop loss, I think would have got hit. Yeah, because I got stopped out yesterday, which sucked because it sucked because it reversed all the way back down. So that's when I do say that, like, if it's going down to a certain point, like, as you get into this, you'll probably tweak the strategy for your own. That this is just a little, like, thing just to get you started. But boom, as you see, would have stopped you out, which is not a problem, right? It got stopped out, and then what happened after that? It spiked back down again. So boom, you would, like, if I was you, because obviously, like, follow what I do, you're going to get back in on that candle where it spiked back down. Stop loss is going to be 350. And I was in this trade yesterday. Because I obviously trade these new strategies live, so y'all can, I don't post them. I don't know why I don't. It's kind of stupid, so y'all can just see. But that's what I'll do tomorrow. But this way y'all can see it play out in real action, you feel me? But boom, right? So this trade happened to be really close to stop loss, you feel me? So look, you see how it closed up here? I was like, fuck, we might get stopped out. But as you see, TP got hit. But as I say, if it's not just like playing weird like this one, you see how this one, like, it took a little time and it consolidated. So say like you want to be like a little greedy bitch, then like you could have taken yours out up here instead of getting your full TP, just because, you know, you obviously waiting for a bigger push down. But yesterday, what I did, because it don't have a TP. That's my thing. Don't have a TP unless it starts going back up and you feel like in your head like, okay, maybe I should take it out. But this trade, it spiked down. So I was like, all right, bet. I kept stretching my TP, And then as I saw it, I think it was around, what area to take it out at? Cause it was around these lows over here. Because I made sure I marked them out. Because all these have hella rejections. So let's extend this real quick. Okay, so perfectly, yeah, it was somewhere inside this box. So I got like a 5 RR. I risked $100 and got like 500 just to test it out. Boom, smacked. So like you would have gained back all this money that say like you lost $100, but now you gained 500. Now you're 400 profit for the day. That's good. So boom, because some days you are gonna only catch a 3 RR, but then some other days it's gonna be fat. That's when I say don't have a TP unless it, you know, keeps rejecting that line. You feel me? But boom, perfect trade. Rest is history. So that's back-to-back dubs you would have got that day. See how my trade's going. I think it's just chilling. Yeah, it's just chilling right now. Let me see what up. Okay, so yeah, so I've been, what's it called, paper trading, which is like a demo, you feel me, on this account, just to test out, you know, strategies and shit, see like what works and what doesn't work, because I'm always, you know, leveling up new strategies. So like I think I flipped, no, it was at 100,000, right? It was at 100,000, and then I got all the way up to, you know, 600K. So it was like at 700K, and then I lost like, you know, 200 grand. So now I'm back at, no, it was at 800K, and then I lost 200 grand. Doesn't sound like, you know, it's just fake, but, you know, I was risking a lot to make, like, I think it was like 2 million, which obviously, you know, is fake. So most I've ever made in a trade was like had to be around, like, it wasn't like, it was 10K, but it wasn't 15, so like it was like probably around like 12 to like 13,000, and then I lost it all. And then I made, like, most I ever made in 1 month. Last month was a good month. I made around 30,000, and then the month before that, I made around, I think, 40,000, 55. It was somewhere around 48 and like 55,000. And then, but the biggest month I ever had was when Trump first got elected. Like, first got elected. I was in a big ass fucking trade on SPX actually. I got in, you know, right here. The markets shot up. My TP kept on, it was like CPI and fucking, you know, NFP and FOMC, all those big ass news into one candle. It just spiked up. I'm seeing my P&L go from like $1,500, just because that's how much I was getting on the trade. $1,500 to like 33,000 or 43,000 in one trade. And then it happened again that very next candle, because I sized in, got like another 22,000, and then another like 16,000. It was like, I think it was around like 80K or 60K or 70K. I don't remember, but I was so fucking happy. And then gave like a few of that shit to my grandma and shit. So, but I do plan on getting me a fucking demon here soon. But like, at that point, it's just fucking stupid. Just because I mean, I have like a lot. I say a lot of money, but I have just a good amount of money for me to spend and save and all that shit. But there's really no point in me spending a lot of money on something that doesn't have to be spent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might as well just buy, you know, a used Hellcat, which sucks because that's kind of gay, you know. So, but let's move on to the trade, obviously, because we're not here to fucking yap. So boom, dub. Let's go back to another day. I'm telling you, bro, this strategy works really good as long as you follow as long as you follow what I tell you. If you don't follow what I tell you, you're gonna be fucked. Like, sorry to say it, but like, you can't do this on your own. I'm the best person for you to follow from. Or Mamba FX. Search up Mamba. He does exactly what I do. Obviously, I don't do breakouts as like a main strategy, but that motherfucker is so good because all he does is breakouts. He doesn't do anything. So he's really good at that shit. But no, Mamba definitely got that shit on lock. And then, so resistance would be this candle. And then support will be, because this is too close. You see how close it is to selling instead of buying? So make it even. Put it on these lows, but still it's too close. Put it on this wick down here. Yeah, that would be a good breakout. If you put it on these wicks down here, that wick, now it has to travel a good amount down and a good amount up. So that's good. I mean, I could say you put it on these lows, but then that's way too far. So that's good. And you go to the 5 minute. Wait for 9:30 like I always say. Don't fucking trade at 9:25. No. If it breaks out, like I said, 9:15, 9:25, wait for it to break back inside your zone. Like this zone that you placed. Wait for it to break back inside, close, and then another candle has to spawn out type shit. You feel me? So boom. Broke out at 9:30. Perfect fucking trade. And then boom. Stop loss is going to be 350. And then TP is going to be a 1 to 3. But this is what I say. Don't have a TP at all. You see how this TP, it's not like it was consolidating at like one area. As you see on this trade, you see how it spiked down, wick, went up. So if you see more than 2 wicks on your TP, get the fuck out. You hear me? Get the fuck out of that trade. So boom. No wicks. Keep on holding that motherfucker. And as long as you know market structure, look at the higher time frames. Look at the 1 and 4 hour. If it's just been spiking up and like you already got like a 4, 5, 6 RR, take that motherfucker out. You feel me? And your stop losses are already at break even. So why risk all that profit? So say, you know, right here, I probably would have snagged it. I mean, probably not. But like, it went up, made highs, lows, higher lows. But right here, like, would have been a good place to take it out. Like, right around this area. Just because you see how it had struggles getting past that area. So, I mean, you could have caught a 1 to 7, a 1 to 6, a 1 to 5, a 1 to 4, a 1 to 3. But obviously, I probably would have taken it out at a 1 to 5. So, because I got $500, like $600 on that trade. So, boom, that's back. That's already, like, you already been banking. That's on what? Monday. This is Tuesday of this week. This is Wednesday. You would have been banking, brother. And all this info is going on my Whop channel and YouTube. So, like, people are on YouTube who actually watch, just know, if you're on my Whop channel, you're paying $70 a month. So, if you're watching on my YouTube channel, just know that you're getting it for the free. Only for a little bit, though. I ain't gonna be doing this for too long, because I have a lot of good strategies that I don't share. So, but just keep watching these videos. Make sure y'all get really confident and really good with those trades. So boom, 1 dub, 2 dub, 3 dub. You're up, you're up hella for the week, like a crazy amount of money. Hold on, had a student text me just now. Alright, boys. So boom, we'll do a few more just so y'all can get the gist of the strategy tips. What the fuck? Alright, 15-minute. Okay, let's go to this date. 9 o'clock candle's right there. So perfect. 9 o'clock candle. So let's set up support first, because support's going to be easier than resistance. So that way we can see how far, it has to be. So resistance will be on this candle, right below it. Which is stupid, because like if you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I do. You feel me? Most people will place like their support on the bottom. That way that's a clear support. But as you see, I mean, this is a support. It's right below the candle. The reason it's called a support is because if that candle had time, I mean, if the candle had like a lot of struggle going more down, then that's going to be a good support. And obviously, if you stretch it, what is that? A support line. Why? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce up. You feel me? So boom, that would be a nice support line. And then resistance, probably on the top of this candle. I mean, yeah, most likely, just because it still has to break up all the way up there. So yeah. And now I'll go on the 5-minute. That was a nice ass dub. So sexy, so sexy. Well, if y'all want my Fibonacci shit, definitely get that, because it'll just tell you where it's gonna reject. I mean, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying, most of the time it will. Alright, so where are we at? 9:25. Okay, so look, I broke out at 9:35. So would I have taken that trade? I mean, like, was that a big breakout? No, because like we're gonna take it on candles that are pretty big. So that's not a big breakout. That's not a big breakout. That's not a big breakout. Is this candle? Yeah, because we definitely would have taken it, because it obviously broke these lows. So that would have been a takeout for sure. And then we would have lost the trade because of this candle. But as soon as it wicked us out, what happened? It reversed. So if you see it wick you out, like hit your stop loss and shit, just get back in. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, why am I pointing? Fucking dumbass. So look, got in, lost the trade. What happened? It came back down to your entry zone. So boom, you would have taken that 350 stop loss. And then what happened? What happened, may they say? Dubs. 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 But as you see what happened at a 3RR, nothing. I mean, if I was you, would I have held the trade? Most likely. What happened? Why? It spiked through your shit. And it also made good structure. You see how it made a low, then a high, then another low, then another high. And then what happened? Another lower low. So, I mean, you could have held your trade all the way until, a good thing what I was saying, say you sold that wick, and that wick. Say like you didn't take it out until it was like on top of this candle. You still got a 3RR. But most likely, whenever you see it like rejecting hella, like 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, 4, 5, probably take it out around that area. So no matter what, you still would have got a 4RR. Say like you would have held your trade, you could have got almost a 6, plus your stop losses are at break even. You know what I'm saying? But always put your stop loss at break even whenever it hits your 1.5 area. 1.5. That way you don't get stopped out again. Because like you want to minimalize your stop in, like your what's it called? Your profits. Say you lose hella, but it's only because it's hitting break even, you're not really losing. You feel me? So you'd be fine. So boom, you probably would have caught like a 4RR. So loss, dub. So even if you did lose right here, what you did, you lost $100, but then you gained $400. So now you're only up $300, which is still fine. You're still a good amount of money. You still have someone's paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, what happened the day after that? Big ass dub. What happened the day after that? A loss, and then another big ass dub. What happened like the day after that? A big ass dub. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to get mad at something like that. You feel me? So boom. And like, what day was that on? This loss probably on Friday. Boom. Most days I would say don't trade Friday, but you can trade Fridays. It's fine with me. I don't care. I mean, I don't have any problem with you trading on Friday. Doesn't affect me. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this real quick just so I'm not yapping so much, because hide the text a student and call them real quick. Give me a second. Alright, boys. Sorry. Had to flex a little bit. No, but that was last month going into this month. So probably made around $1 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand, $6 grand, $8 grand, 10 grand, 14 grand, 14, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29. So yeah, around 30 grand, like I said, I did last month. Just trying to show y'all I ain't faking this shit, huh? I told y'all last month. You go back in the video, I said I made 30, and the month before that made 40. Made 30 grand last month. But no cap though, no cap. Watch what I'm finna do. I'm finna be back in an instant. I'm finna pause this shit, take a fucking, you know what I'm saying? But give me a second. Alright, boys. I'm back. Ugh. Somebody say I'm tired. But we can turn on some music in the back. Let's see. Oh wait, y'all can't hear this. I don't think y'all can. The whole time when I was showing my P&L and then I was dancing, I was listening to some music. Alright, boys. Alright, so let's do a few more. Let me try this off for now. This way I don't have to hear that shit in the background. Alright, so 9 o'clock is right here. This is on Thursday. 9 o'clock. Okay, so for support, obviously we're going to put it down here. And then resistance, where's the line? Over here, so on the top of this candle. So, I mean, we have to put our support more down. Because you see how close this is to that, from that. So, let's probably support the nearest one down. And then, I guess let's match that with another resistance. So like that. Yeah, that looks better. Alright. Because, like, obviously, if I would have had my support right here, it's going to break out a lot faster than it's going to break up. So, like, you have to even it out. So that would be just the, like, the next line, which is right there. So, I mean, do I really? Let me see. I mean, yeah, because that is a lot further. I mean, a lot closer than that is. So, yeah, I'll just move it right down. And then just leave the TP where that is. I mean, no, because that's a lot closer. So, yeah, that looks a lot better. So now we'll go on the 5 minute. And then, so 9:30, dropped, almost broke out, did not break out. And then, you would not have taken that trade just because it didn't really push out that much. So, I mean, you probably would have taken it like probably up here. Even though it's kind of late, you know, you still would have taken it somewhere up there. So stop loss would have been very tight. Some days it's going to be very tight and some days it's really not. But today it's going to be very tight. So you see, yeah. Because, like, obviously, like, have your entry a good room above the line. That way you know when to get in, when not to get in. Because, like, you could have got in right here, but then that's going to be like not even like a breakout. But obviously you see that's pushing up, so then, like, you would have gotten in. And then it's not really 9:30, so, like, it's not going to be much big volume. But you still would have got that 1 to 3 down here. So, I mean, if anything, you probably would have gotten stopped out at break even. Because you see how it pushed up to a 1.5. So that break even, and then stop loss would have gotten hit, like, right there. But as soon as stop loss gets hit for break even, because it's not like you're losing anything, you know what I'm saying? So break even right here, and then you see it go back up. Just enter back in, like I say. 3.5, 3RR, and then get back in. Make sure you put your stop loss at that break even once it gets to your 1.5. So as you see, 1.5, your stop loss immediately goes up to break even, and then TP a 1 to 3. But as I said, you don't see any rejections, so now move it up to a 1 to 4. And then 1 to 4 has 1 rejection. Is that 2 rejections? No. So you can keep holding it. Now let's go up to 1 to 5. 1 to 5 is, so right here you probably would have snagged it out, because it's obviously it kept on going up, but you see it went up and then went back down, and so, like, you probably would have taken it out somewhere in this area. So, like, a 1 to 4. So a break even, so, like, no loss because it's at break even, right? And then, so no loss, and then now you just won $400 or 4.5. So, like, you know, almost $500 like you would have won. Say like you would have risked $250, that's a band you would have won. You know what I'm saying? So good trades. I mean, really, you're just winning a lot. Like, you'll have one loss, but then there's a big ass dub. You know, another big dub. You know, another big dub. So, like, your losses don't really matter at all. And most of the time when you do lose, it's at break even. So break even, that's a loss, obviously, but then a big ass dub, and then dub, and then that was a loss too. No break even. Let me see. Unless stops would have been at break even. Let's see. Yeah, never mind. So this would have been just a break even trade on this trade, because I was wrong. Look, you see how it hit your 1.5 area before it even stopped you out. So yeah, so, like, as soon as like it gets to, like, your 1.5 area, just pull it down to break even. So that would not have been a loss that day. So break even, win, and then win. So no losses. Oh, perfect example right here. You see how it broke back inside my box and then went back up? If you wanted to, you could easily take this trade, get in as it broke back out around this area. Probably like right here. Stop loss would have been on the probably close to here. Yeah. And then TP a 1 to 3. 1.5, I'll have it marked out just so you can see. Hold on, this shit's kind of in the way. Boom. So as soon as it gets to your 3 mark, probably take it out. Or unless it keeps on going up. And then just, what I do most of the time is I'll do this. That's a 1 to 3. Let me duplicate that. 1 to 4 right here. And then 1 to 5. And then last TP will be a 1 to 6. Because really after a 1 to 6, there's really no point of holding the trade longer, Unless it just keeps on spiking, you know what I'm saying? But 1 to 6, 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 3. So say it rejects out at a 1 to 3, take it out. Like, say it just rejection and then starts spiking down, then just let it go to break even at that point, just because you already missed out on all your money. But say it rejects once and then keeps on going up, just hold it until you're like, okay, I already got. Even some days where say I get a dub and then it already hits my 1 to 3, I'm like, fuck it. Like, why would I risk this profit that I already gained if it does have a chance to pull back down? But that's why you should also reach out to people like, hey, hey Alexander, are you buying right now at SPX? And he can say yes or no, and then say he says yes, I have a TP, all the way up there. So then at that point you can just say, all right, that's good, thank you. And then if you want to, you can hold your TP all the way up there. So like right now my TP's at probably up here. So, even some days, like, you can ask me, hey, Carter, are you in a buy for SPX on your strategy, on your other strategy? I'll text you or tell you, yes, I am. It's around this level. Then if it's spiking really good and keeps on going up, then just keep on holding it. So some days you can hold on your own, or you can reach out to your students, to your, I guess to your other fucking friends, because like I'm your mentor, so like you're my student, you know what I'm saying? So just reach out to people that that trade what I trade, or trade with what you're trading with, so that way it's a lot easier. So like we'll come back to this trade, we'll see if it plays out or not. If it loses, then you're already won, you know what I'm saying? Like you already won a 1 to, what is this? Let's see, ticks 35. Wait, no, 3.5. Wait. 3 point. You can't do 3.5? Oh, you could. Okay. Yeah, 3.5. So it's like you already caught a 1 to 3. So why get mad if you already lose this trade? And most days, like, you don't even have to take that second trade. It's just so if you want more money, being greedy, take this other setup. But we'll come back to this trade. So we'll label these real quick just so y'all can get that. 0.5. So it's halfway up to your TP. So, and then we'll do TP1. Oh wait, no. TP1. And then TP2, TP3, and then TP4. Boom. 1 TP, 2 TP, 3 TP, 4 TP. That's 4 TPs that you have. So first TP 1 to 3, second TP 1 to 4, third TP 1 to 5, fourth TP 1 to 6. So, but let's go back real quick. I think we set up this one. No, we did. I forgot we already did that one. That was Thursday, right? Yeah, so we just did that one. So perfect example. Break even trade, dub, break even, dub, dub, break even, dub, dub, and then we'll see how this trade plays out. My trade is chilling right now. This should be a good ass trade. I'm expecting it to basically another 15-minute real quick so I can just explain it more easier. If I was this trade, I would come back onto this area. Basically consolidate. And then consolidate, push out, consolidate, push up. So let's see how that goes. But we'll do a few more and then that's going to be it because this video will be like an hour long. So I'm going to post this on the YouTube and Whop channel, so stay tuned for that, obviously. So that was Thursday. Wait, was this Thursday? Thursday. Now we'll do Wednesday. Okay, why is this bitch so long? It doesn't need to be that long. I mean, I guess it kind of does, but not really. Just have to match that high. And then now let's go to 8:30 yesterday, or I guess Wednesday. Or 9 o'clock, my fault. It's 9 a.m. candle. Let's do support first because that's going to be a lot easier. Support's all the way down here. Now, I think we had CPI. That was last week. So, days when you have news like that, you do not want to trade. So, yeah, I was right. That was CPI because that was Wednesday of the second week of the month, or third week. It's either on the second week to third week of the month. If y'all want the news websites, text me and they tell you when the news is. So this is what I use for news, and then I use this other one for news. So today we had exiting home sales, which is the S&P Flash U.S. Manufacturing news is pretty good. It moves really good. Next week, really don't have anything. Now, August 1st. I think we have NFP that day. I also have to pay some bills. Let's go. Woo! Bill day next week. Wait. Yep. That means I have to earn some money. I'm joking. I made a lot of money last month, so I'm good. Well, let's go ahead and do like 2 more. Actually, we'll do 1 more. Because this is going to be like an hour-long video anyway, so we'll skip that news. We'll go to Tuesdays. Tuesday wasn't no news, so we got support down here on the recent candle before 9 o'clock. Boom. Resistance would be on the top of this candle up here. Boom. Now, you see support on the 9 a.m. candle. Support right here on the 8:45. Not touching the 9 o'clock candle. 8:45. Boom. So support and resistance. Now we'll go on the 5-minute. So what happened? So 9:30 is right here. Did not break out. But then you go to 9:35. Broke out. We were taking the trade around here. Stop loss would have been very tight. And then TP 1 to 3. But let me see. Let's go do a 1.5 real quick. So that would have sucked. Just because obviously it would have tapped you out and then you would not have had time to retrace. So I mean, realistically, yeah, I guess this would have been a break-even trade today or that day, but it just kept on going down. So I thought for sure this was going to be a golden trade for y'all, because y'all could have caught a massive trade, a 1 to 15. But most of the time when you get in, you're gonna get in like that wasn't that good. Like you probably would have got in as it's pushing down. So like yeah, probably right around there. So I mean, either way, it would have been a break-even for sure, because a 1.5 will be around that area. So, but you know, I mean, yeah, that would have been break even. But let's just say, you know, break even trade, and then you see it reversing down, which is, I don't recommend this. But say it stopped you out and then it started coming back down, you probably wouldn't have had time to to get back in, but say it hit your stop loss and now it's going back down, just get back in. Boom, stop loss, just put it right back at the old stop loss. So it's going to be a little bigger, and then, you know, just shoot for 1 to 3 again. Because obviously, like, you would not have had time to get back in. I mean, would I have gone back in immediately? I probably wouldn't have placed my stop loss. I mean, I probably would have dragged it down to break even, but like, say it's spiking up to my break even, then I would get out. But say it's just like wicking and then it wicks back down, then it's a good. You know what I'm saying? But most days you will end up taking it out like that, but you know. But almost every time I'll be trading with y'all until y'all get used to it. So let's just say y'all didn't end up taking it out. Because I mean, if y'all would have asked me like, yo Carter, it's at break even right now, I probably would have said keep on holding it, because I've been trading for long enough to where like you can see it's been going up. What happened? Went back down, went back up, and then what happened right here? Broke this trend line. Broke trend line, broke support, so it really wants to go down. And then, you know, obviously 1 to 3 is right here. You could have gotten out, or you could have held it to 1 to 4. 1 to 4 had a big ass wick. Boom. So if anything, most people would have been like, yo Carter, should I close the trade? I probably would have said yes. Just because they had a big ass wick, now wick back up. So you probably would have closed it around like, you know, here. But like, you know, if you weren't even going to ask me for my opinion, you could have held your trade, you know, to a 1 to 7, you know, all the way to these lows or up here. So like that would have been a 1 to 14. If you were risking $100, that would have been $1,400 you would have got. So, you know, most of the time take my advice, but always ask me like, yo Carter, should I close the trade? I'm gonna tell y'all like, the 4 hour wants to make a retracement, or the daily wants to go down, or the 1 hour is rejecting. Like, I will let y'all know. Just once y'all start doing the strategy, text me, hey Carter, started doing like the breakout strategy that you showed on the YouTube or Whop channel. Will you start getting on with me in the mornings? Now, the only way I will get on with you in the morning, if you're watching this from YouTube, is if you're paying for my Whop channel. I will not hop on with you in the mornings if you're not paying for that shit. I'm not saying that like I need that money. I just need to know that like you're willing to risk some shit for yourself. I'm not gonna just be teaching y'all every sauce that I know for free. Like that's just me, you know, giving away good fucking money. Like that's basically giving a homeless person $1 million. Like they definitely deserve a little bit of money, but not $1 million. Like there's a reason why like they're on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I love homeless people, but I wouldn't give them $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Unless I was flooded with cash. Like $1 million didn't even put a, you know, I didn't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like Andrew Tate type of rich. Then I would give like $1 million. Like fuck it, you know. But most of the time, you know, I would not hop on with you unless you are paying for my Whop channel. Then I'll hop on with you anytime, any second, because at that point you paid for my shit. I'm on your time now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the last trade we're gonna do. I mean, like you could have caught a shit ton of money. You could have caught, you know, $700, $800, $600, $500, $300. You know what I'm saying? So good. That was like as you can see. I mean, there's been no days where we ended on 2 losses. What's that? Dub. What's this? Another dub. What's this? Another dub. I mean, break even, but dub. Break even, but dub. Big ass dub. Dub. Dub again. Maybe another dub. 2 dubs in one day? What? You know what I'm saying? Even here, you could have gotten back in for another trade. It broke back inside your box. Broke back out. Boom. TP. Would have gotten smacked for 1 to 3. Now, see, when you do get in for that, you know, third position for the day, I would say only 2 trades a day. So say you lost that first one, if it was a break even and then a dub, get off for the day. Because they're also like since you have a good strategy, now like you're gonna think like, damn, I can't lose. And then most people aren't gonna listen to me when I say a 3RR. Like, think about it. If you get a 3RR, that's 3 trades that you now have to go and lose in a row for you not to win that profit. You feel me? So start doing, if you do get into that other trade, don't go more than a 3RR ever. So I was just marking out these just because, you know, I'm already in a big ass trade. You know what I'm saying? So this can't really, why the fuck does this look different than that? Hold on. Oh, that's why. Type shit. But yeah, don't you ever get more than a 3 RR if you already won for the day. So boom, you already won for the day. You know, go ahead and say fuck that. I don't need that much money today because I already won. Go for another 3 RR. You don't need that much. You know what I'm saying? You really don't need that much. But what's it called? Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Join the motherfucking Whop channel so I can teach y'all everything every day. You know, new updates on new strategies. You know, new updates on the markets. You know, when to buy and sell when I get into my trades. You know what I'm saying? Because like right here, if y'all already got in on this trade with me, y'all would have been up because I got in right here, somewhere in this area, and then down here. So y'all would have been up probably another $800 to $900, even if you were on a $100 account, probably around $600, $300, somewhere between 3 and 6. Just because I scale in a lot, I only risk. Say I'm on a $100 account, I probably only risk $25, but every time I get in for another position, I move stop losses up. This trade, I moved stop losses down to here. This trade, I had a very tight stop loss, so now I'm getting, you know, now I'm getting a 1 to like probably 8. 1 to 7. So now I'm risking probably another, you know, $50. Whoa, 50 is crazy. I'm risking probably 25 on that first position to get me 25. You know, I'm not risking that. I'm just saying if y'all were on a $100 account, y'all would be risking 25 to get you 75, and then now another $15 to get you 15, 30, $45. So now you're getting 115 or somewhere around that. Now you're getting another. Say now you risk another a 10 ball to get $70, and then now you're getting a 1 to 1. So now all your stop losses are at break even, and this is in profit. This trade's in profit. This trade's in profit. So now you're only risking $25 to get like $300, $400. You feel me? That's how I be flipping accounts from 100 to 5K in a month or 2 months. I be flipping 5K to 25K in a few months. Now I don't show that. Just because when I lose, I don't be a bitch, but like I completely just get done with the challenge. Because like say I get to like 5K to 25K and I lose like 3K, I call it quits. That way I don't lose any more money that I just gained all that money from. Because sometimes even me 2 years in, I'll still overtrade. I'll still be a little fucker and just get greedy. So that's why like y'all have to just follow what I say. If y'all want the money that I get, just follow what I say and just get that money. But hour-long video, 52 minutes. You know, that's gonna be it for me. Really, I'm gonna call it quits from here. But y'all make sure y'all actually fucking use what I say. If y'all don't, I'm gonna fucking find y'all where y'all live and punch y'all in the fucking dick. All right. So let's do a little last minute rip. You better pull out the vapes, pull out the yards. 'Cause I know y'all fuckers smoke. I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm a clean slate. I mean, I do. Do got a little, you know, yard. You can see this in the bottom. I mean, but this is not mine because I don't smoke like that no more. I used to just. No, wait. Like, you want to see my bong? It's somewhere in here. Hold up. This bong is a real bong, brother. This motherfucker I used to use every day. When I was smoking, I would smoke through an ounce in like 3 days, just in a bong. Like blunts, I would smoke through a whole ounce of blunts, probably like 2 backwood packs. That's like 10 blunts. But hey, look at this motherfucker. Yeah, y'all fucking with it? Y'all fucking with it? I'm 18, motherfucker, so y'all can't say anything. I was like 15 when I bought that bitch. No cap. But that's going to be it for me. Love y'all boys, girls. I don't know about y'all. But, what the fuck? I just lost aura right there. But y'all have a good day. Check out my hair real quick. Line up. Hold on. Check out the shoes. Uh-huh. Fuck. But, like I said, that's going to be it for me today. Y'all be safe. Join the fucking motherfucking Whop. You know what I'm saying? Join the Whop. Hit me up when you do. Then we can start grinding. Well, you can start grinding. I already grind, bitch. But, and make sure y'all start doing this shit. 369. I write goals all the time. Like, I finally hit 100K month. That's what I want to do. I want to hit 100K month. So y'all start writing. Start writing it like you actually already got it in your future self. You feel me? But that's gonna be it for me. Y'all be safe and hit me up whenever like y'all join the Whop channel so I can start, teaching y'all and shit one-on-one. But this is gonna be the last video that y'all will get for free on my YouTube channel. So y'all better join the motherfucking Whop. Give me that fucking money. I'm just joking. No. Give me that bread so I know that you're willing to grind and not just give up on yourself, 2 months in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all have a good day. Y'all be safe, Oh wait, hold on. Forgot. Alright, boys. I'll see y'all later. Be safe. Peace.